What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jones Subwoofer Solutions. Got another amp dyno for you. It's the Taramps T12000, the Chipeo 12000. It's a newer model. I know some of you guys have seen this, but probably not dynos for it. So we're going to run this today. Now, it does have some different ratings for different voltages. We're going to go off these 14 volt ratings. It's rated 13,300 watts at 1 ohm, and we'll call it 8,000 watts at 2 ohms. They call it 7,980. We'll just call it 8,000 watts at 2 ohms, and they don't give a 4 ohm rating. So we'll see what this thing does. If you want to drop a guess, drop it now. Catch you over on the dyno in just a second. We'll see what this does. All right, guys, here we are on the dyno. The way we're going to do this today, we're going to do certified, where the dyno will stop reading at 1% distortion or clipping. And then we're going to do uncertified, where the dyno will keep reading even if there's clipping or distortion present. We'll finish with dynamic, which is a burst or pulse track. It's a 40 hertz pulse tone. That'll give us our dynamic rating. And we're going to do these 4 ohms, then 2 ohms, and we'll finish with 1 ohm. They don't give any 4 ohm ratings in the manual, so those are a mystery. But we're going to go ahead and get started. And one thing to note, I am only clamping one lead, so we'll have to double our amperage when I do my calculations later, just so you guys can note that. And the amp is rated from 9 volts, basically 10 volt to 17 volts. So we're going to be starting near 15 volts. We should be dropping to 14 volts. That's why I used their 14.4 volt ratings. And everything should be good. So let's get to it. We're going to start with certified. Again, 4 ohms to start. We're at 14.95 volts starting. Let's see what it does. Should do around 4,000 watts. I don't remember the Dyno Max. So yeah, we did. We hit Dyno Max. I don't remember what it was. I'll have to check that. We'll continue though. We'll go to 2 ohms. We're at 14.89 volts starting. It's rated 7,980 watts. Let's see what it does. Fans did kick on, of course. Get 9,127 watts into 2 ohms. We dropped to 14 volts on the button right near it. We'll continue with our 1 ohm test. Rated 13,300 watts. Let's see what it does. We might actually drop below 14. It's still rated 13,000 watts at 13.8 volts. We'll see what we get though. We're 1 ohm. Here we go. Looking for about 13,000 watts. And we got over that. We got 14,006 watts into 1 ohm, dropping to 13.5 volts. So that is pretty good for the Taramps T12000 as the fans finally settle down. So I'm going to remove my meter here. We'll continue with uncertified. So we'll continue with uncertified. And I'm going to skip 4 ohms. We know it's going to do more than the dyno can handle. At 4 ohms, we'll go right to 2 ohms. We're at 14.93 volts. We got 14,000 on certified. Let's see what we get on uncertified. Here we go. We got 9,515 watts into 2 ohms, dropped to 14 volts. That is some big power. Go to 1 ohm. We're at 14.87 volts. Here we go, we'll see what it does at 1 ohm. Rated 13,300 watts. All right, 14,392 watts into 1 ohm, dropping to 13.4 volts. It maybe could have gone a little further, but I don't like clipping these. Big power. All right, we will go into our dynamic runs. Again, I'm skipping 4 ohm. We know it's going to do over what the dyno reads. Again, I'll check what that is. I'll put it on the screen. So burst power at 2 ohms. Again, rated like 8,000 watts. Let's see what it does. Here we go. $9,602 watts into 2 ohms. And I hit the damn pause button. Let's try that again. We'll see if it does more. That's what we're gonna get. 9,602 watts into 2 ohms. We'll go back and see what it does at 1 ohm burst. 14.81 volts starting. Here we go. There's what you guys were looking for. Over 15,000 watts. We got 15,141 watts into 1 ohm, dropping to 13.6 volts. So that is all the dyno testing I have on the T12000. I'm going to take this off and get the back plate off. We can get a look inside. I'll catch you guys in a minute. Alright guys, here we are back on the bench with the T12000 Chipeo. $250-volt caps. It looks to be a pretty standard full bridge Taramps design there. We'll take a look at these end caps. Some of you may be a little surprised or confused. You've got your fan, your left and right input, your gain. You have a plug for the remote monitors, and you have your speaker outputs, which are roughly 8 gauge. You have roughly a 10 gauge remote wire, another fan on that side. And then on this side, you have dual 2-watt power and grounds, and there are no crossovers on this amp, so you will need to run your own crossover, whether it be off your head unit or you run a DSP or an external crossover. But you would want to run a crossover on this in some way, unless you know it's only getting fed. There we go. You know it's only getting fed the frequencies that your drivers can take. But that was an impressive amp. If you guys ask me, it did more power than I expected. Let me know what you guys think. Happy to be back doing some videos. I did have my laptop crash, so this video may be edited slightly different, but we're back in this. I should see you guys next week. That said, please give me a like. Please give me a share. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell so you know when we post a new video. I want to thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you. Catch you guys next week.